Hello students, my name is Kumari Neha. I am working at Bharati Dasaram Matriculation Higher Secondary School, Kaveri Pakam, and the lesson which we are going to take is from class 7th standard and it is science. The name of the lesson is measurement. So students, before going deep into the lesson, we should know what exactly the measurement mean. So in the introduction, first what can you see in this picture? So in this picture you can see that here there are some kinds of vegetables kept and it is tilted down. So what you should put here? So know that how much weight this amount of vegetable is having. So here if you are putting some kind of weight, only then you can measure how much amount of vegetables are kept here. So for that we need measurements. That is, which measurement we need here? We need mass. Second, now here the car is moving so fast, right? So how you will know that how fast this car is moving? You will get to know using the formula or the definition of speed, because you know that what is speed, right? Even in the race when children are running, we will see who is the fastest. The fastest will be the more having speeder, or they will be more speeder, right? Seeing this image, what you can see that this particular toy is having a higher temperature. So how the temperature will be measured? The temperature will be measured by using a thermometer. Only then you will get what is the exact temperature of the body. Same way, when you are taking the volume, for example liquid, that time how much volume of liquid you need, that needs to be calculated. So that initial value is in liters. So how you will know that? So these all are the reasons why we need measurements. So now let's see the first thing. So measurements are always derived in two forms. One is a physical property, that is the physical quantity, and it is classified into two things. One is fundamental and another is derived quantity. So fundamental means it is fixed. What does fundamental means, kids? Fundamental means it is fixed. F-I-X-E-D. It is fixed. Same way, if you are comparing the derived quantity, derived means it is a second step of the fixed quantity. That is, in the fixed quantity they have attached something. So here it will be modified. M-O-D-I-F-I-E-D. These are modified. So these are the two different types of physical quantities which we are going to see here now. Okay, now let's see the next topic in this. First let's see what is a physical quantity. So in a physical quantity there will be 7 units. So these 7 units will tell you how the measurement of the particular thing can be done. Okay, so when you are taking a length, that time the basic, that is the fundamental, will be in meters, because generally in SI system, that is the standard system, they will take as meters whenever they want to know the length, and it is M. The symbol is M, that is small m, not the capital M. Okay, next is mass. So what is mass? Mass is the weight. Okay, so mass is the weight, and the weight can be calculated in kilograms. Kilograms is the basic quantity and the symbol of kilogram is kg. Same way, time. So whenever you need to find what is the time, generally we are doing it in hours, minutes or seconds. So here we need one standard time. So that standard time is second here. Okay children? Now let's come to the temperature. So temperature is divided into three things. One temperature, there are three types, that is Celsius, Fahrenheit and even Kelvin. So in India, generally if we want to know what is the temperature of the body, what we are doing? We are taking the thermometer scale. In that we will get to know what degree Celsius is the temperature of our body, right? Same way here in SI system they use Kelvin. What they use? They use Kelvin, and the symbol of Kelvin is capital K. Now let's come to electric current. So what is electric current? It is the amount of charge which is flowing in particular time. So that is measured in ampere and the symbol is A. Amount of substances, how much weight, why this particular instrument or thing is having a kind of weight, that is known as amount of substance, and it is measured in mole and the symbol is MOL. Last is luminous intensity. So luminous intensity means how much amount of light is being liberated out from a particular instrument, and it is measured in candela. So candela here means from a candle, this word is being derived. So one candle, how much light it's giving, that is equal to 1 candela, and the symbol is CD. What is the symbol? CD, right? So I hope you have understood till here whatever we have discussed. Now let's see the diagram of it. So here see, fundamental units are of how many types? It is of 7 types. Now first S is what? S is the time. A is the capital, which is electric current. Mole is the amount of substances. M here, small m is in meter, that is the length. K is the Kelvin, temperature. CD is the luminous intensity, candela. Mass is in kg, right students? Now let's come to the derived units. So derived units means that basic units we have kept and we have done some modification. They are called modified quantities. So here the first modified quantity is the area. So area is length into breadth. So what is length into breadth? Whenever you are taking a square, okay, whenever you are taking a particular square, that time it will have some amount, or you can call it as a particular area, that is A or B. So what is this? This is only the area covered by a single instrument, right? That is why it is L into B, and it is length into breadth. That is why it is coming as meter square. Same way volume. So students, volume is the 3D form, okay. So here we can take any example, that is volume of liquid, or you can take here only the solids, which is cube, cuboid, rectangle. Rectangle is what, children? Rectangle is a flat surface, but that flat surface, when it comes to the 3D shape, it becomes a cuboid, and it can be measured in meter cube. Speed, as we have discussed, that is distance divided by time, how much distance is covered in a particular time, and it is measured in meter per second. Electric charge. So electric charge is the amount of current flowing in a particular time, and it is known as A is the ampere and S is the second, in how many seconds it's moving, okay, and altogether it can also be called as coulomb. Now come to the density part. So density is mass divided by volume. So what is the mass of a particular object? When you are dividing it with the volume, you will get what? You will get the density, and this, it is kilogram per meter, right? Now first see what does an area mean. So in an area, the definition of area is what? The area is a measure of how much space, that is how much place it is occupying in a particular flat surface, and it is denoted by small a, okay. Now here you can see a park. Now in this park, what I can do is, here I can mark it as A. Same way, this to this place I can mark it as B. So these opposite sides are equal and these opposite sides are equal. Suppose I need to find what is the measurement, then how I can do is, I will take area, that is small a, is equal to 1a, that is the area here. You can write here area or A multiply by B, which is the breadth. Same way, area you can write it as small a, or you can write the full word. For example, A is 2 and B is 4, then what you will get? Then the final area will be 2 into 4 which is 8, and here it is in meter. So 2 times meter is there. When meter is getting multiplied, it will become meter square. What it will become? Meter square. Right, students? Now let's see the general formulas and of a regular surfaces. So regular surface, we have 4 types of regular surface. Okay, children? So first regular surface is a square. What is this? This is a square. S Q U A R E. So this is a square. In the square means all the sides will be equal. So here we have written as A and A. So the general formula of area will be area is equal to A multiplied by A, and we will get the area of a square. Same way, now let's see a rectangle. What is this? This is a rectangle. So what is rectangle spelling? R E C T A N G L and E, rectangle. So the area of a rectangle means 2 opposite sides, that is this side and this side will have the same length, and these opposite sides will have same length. Okay, so the formula will come as length into width. This width can also be written as breadth. Okay, children? So what is the formula for rectangle? It is L, that is the length, into B, which is breadth. Right? Now let's come to the triangle. What is this? This is a triangle. In this triangle, you can see the 3 sides are not equal. So generally we will write it as triangle. So what is the area of a triangle? Area of a triangle is calculated by the formula of half into base into the perpendicular height. So this perpendicular height is h. So what you can write the formula as? Here you can write half multiply by b, which is the base, multiply by height. So using this formula you can find what is the area of a triangle. You can ask me, why ma'am you are taking it as a half? Because a triangle came from a shape which is known as a parallelogram. So what is a parallelogram? So here you can see that when, suppose this is a triangle, okay. So when I am taking like this shape and I cut it from center, that time you can see one triangle up and another triangle down. So this is one parallelogram is divided into 2 triangles. So it is half, right? That is why we are writing it as half into B into H. Same way, now let's come to the area of a circle. What is this? This is a circle. So the area of a circle, first of all, whenever you are making a circle, that time there will be a center point in the circle. From that center point, if you are going to any direction at the end of the circle, that is known as this is the center, and from here to here when you are going, that is known as a radius. Okay, and how the formula of the circle is coming? The formula of a circle is pi r square. So you can ask me, ma'am, what is pi? So pi is the ratio of the diameter, that is one point to this point, that is this diameter, with the circumference. Circumference is what? It is the sides. Okay, I hope you have understood how the formulas has been done. Now let's see some problems in this. Okay, so this is the first problem. So first read the question. What is the question? What is the area of a square whose each side is equal to 3 centimeter? So here they told you it is a square. And what is the area? Area is equal to 3 centimeter. Now we have to write the formula. So we will write area is equal to, that is A multiplied by A. What will be the answer? 3 multiplied by 3, and you will get the final answer as 9 centimeter square. So the area of this square is 9 centimeter square. Same way, now let's come to the second question. In the second question, what is the area of a rectangle having length as 3 centimeter and breadth as 7 centimeter? So what is given? Length is equal to 3 centimeter, breadth, which is B, is equal to 7 centimeter. Now we have to write the formula. So what is formula? Formula area will be equal to length multiplied by breadth. So here the length is 3 and the breadth is 7. So 3 sevens is how much? It is 21 centimeter square. Right, students? Now let's see the other problems in this. So in the problems, third problem is, what is the area of triangle whose base is 4 centimeter and height is 10 centimeter. Okay, so here we know that base is equal to 4 centimeter and height is equal to 10 centimeter. Okay, now what is the area of a triangle? So you will write area is equal to half multiplied by B into H. So here when you are writing half multiply, what is the B? B is 4 multiplied by 10, that is the height. Now you can cut here using the two table. 2 ones are 2 twos are. So 2 tens are how much, children? Yes, very good. It is 10. So the final area will be 2 multiplied by 10, which is 20 centimeter square. Right? Now let's come to the final problem in this. In the final problem, they are asking what is the area of a circle which has the radius of 2 centimeter. So here we will write it as the radius R is equal to 2 centimeter. What is the formula? Area is equal to pi R square. So here pi value is always fixed, children. So here the pi value we will take it as 22 by 7, or you can even use it as how much? This is 2 square, right? You can write it as 2 square here. So here you can write it as 22 by 7, or you can write it as 3.14 multiplied by 2 squares are, that is 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4. So here it will come 4. So what is the answer? Now the answer will come as 6 ones are how much? 4 plus 1, 12 centimeter squared. So the area of our circle is 12.56 centimeters square. Right, children? Now let's come to the area of an irregular surface. Irregular surface means it will have not a particular shape. So here we have taken the example of a leaf. So using that we have taken a graph paper. This graph paper is centimeter graph paper. Okay, now how to find the area of that? So here you can see that the formula is what? The formula is area of a leaf will be equal to how much? It will be equal to number of complete squares plus number of incomplete squares multiplied by half. So first we will count how many number of complete square is there. So we will write complete square is equal to how much? So let's count here. So this is complete 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Then 17, 18, 19, 20. So here 20 squares are filled. So you will write 20 here. Then you have to count incomplete squares. So incomplete square is equal to how much? Let's count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. Right? So what is the incomplete square? It is 15. So now let's do the calculation. So according to the formula, area, that is A, will be equal to complete squares, that is 20, plus, open the brackets, write number of incomplete square 15, multiply by half. Okay. Now when you are writing like this, half of 15 is 7.5. Right? How much it is? Yeah. So here you will write 20 plus 7.5 and the final answer which you are getting is area. Here I will write, okay children, area. When you are doing the addition, you will get 27.5. So area of the leaf is 27.5 centimeter square. Right students? I hope you have understood till here whatever we have discussed. Right? So students, when we are done with the area thing, then you have to go to the volume. Once you have understood what are the formulas, the basic formulas and the need of these formulas, then you can go to the description box. Later on, just see the study material, question bank and self-assessment. Once you have gone through the self-assessment, then you will get to know how much you have understood. Right students? I hope you have enjoyed the class. Bye-bye.